He's Marlon Wayans, actor, producer, comedian, headlining 6 shows with his brother, Sean. That'll be at Caroline's on Broadway, New York City, tonight through Sunday, January 18th. How competitive was it at the dinner table when you guys grew up?
What are you talking about in terms of jokes or food?
Well, both. No, I would say...
Because we fought for food. It was like Mad Max and Beyond the Terradome. It was UFC wrestling. It was the best fights ever for the food because, you got 10 kids to feed, and my mom was like...
How many kids?
10. 5 boys, 5 girls.
And how competitive was it to get mom's attention?
That was the easy part. Food was the hard part. But getting my mom's attention, I didn't really have to compete for that because I was the baby. So my brothers and sisters would try to kill me in order to get rid of me because they knew once they got rid of me, then everything else was easy.
But as far as comedy, how much do you learn if you can make your brothers and sisters laugh?
That, to me, was the hardest thing. Every time I go in an audition or every time I go do a set, I think about, would my brothers laugh at this? Because my brothers are those guys that don't they don't laugh no more. They're like not entertained. They're just like, they go like this. If something hilarious happens, Keenan goes, that's funny. It's funny. Why don't you laugh? Like, you let it evoke some kind of feeling. Let me see you smile. Damon goes, I like the math of that joke. Then laugh at it. That's how I got Mo Money. My brother Damon was initially going to give it to Kadeem Hardison, and then Kadeem Hardison passed, and he gave it to, he was about to give it to, who's the guy with the little ears? Claude Brooks. And I was like, you can't give it to a guy with little ears. He can't hear you. I mean, how you going to do a scene if a guy can't hear you? And he got pretzel ears. And so, because they do look like little pretzel nuggets. And then, the ones that's at the bar?
Yeah, I know.
with the peanuts?
Yeah.
And that little cheesy thing, that weird thing that tastes nice.
It's like wrestlers have cauliflower here.
Yeah.
Like if you go into a bar and you see a guy's ears all messed
I don't
up,
fight that guy.
No,
that guy, I don't fight. Cauliflower ear, I'm like, yo, you got it.
I'd rather fight.
Take my girl. Give her back after you're done.
I'd rather fight a fighter than a wrestler because a wrestler, he's going to get you down in a second.
No, and then he's going to do terrible, despicable things to you, and there's nothing you can do because your arms can't even block your face. So my brother was about to give the part to Claude Brooks, and he said, all right, so when you go in this audition, I want you to think about, don't forget about the executives. I want you to make me laugh. And I went and I took his script and I literally rewrote his whole script because I knew Damon wasn't going to laugh at anything he wrote because he's super critical. He's like, that was funny last month, but I don't think it's going to be funny this month. And so I just rewrote everything and it surprised him, I think, at the writing skills. And he's like, I'm going to give it to my brother.
Acting as opposed to stand-up comedy. What's tougher?
Stand-up. When you do stand-up comedy, you're literally sitting there in front of an audience.
It's immediate.
They have a gun to your head.
Yeah.
And it says, make me laugh or you die. The worst feeling in the world is bombing. If you bomb, it sticks with you for months. Like you sit there and go, God. It's kind of like, you know how you mess up in a relationship and you go, man, that was the love of my life right there. That's how you feel when you bomb. It's like, damn, that one set could have made my career. I really messed that one up. And it wakes you up at night. You're like, oh my God. I bombed. Oh God. You just want to make up for it. So, and beyond that, it's immediate. It's like when you're acting, you're protected because there's no audience there. There's the set and there's the people on the set. And it's a delayed reaction. So you don't know when something is funny for like a year when you do a movie because you have to wait until you cut the movie together and you screen in front of the audience when it's ready. And stand-up, it's right there, right then.
But you know,
are you funny or are you not?
But you're ready for a heckler.
No, you're not. You're never ready for a heckler. You don't know. You don't have stock jokes for hecklers. When a comedian sees a heckler, what we do is we zoom in. And you ever seen Terminator?
Yeah.
How you look at somebody?
Yeah.
And like, things come up like old, slightly old, young white guy. You just start breaking him down, and then you go in for the kill, and you don't care about the collateral damage. Oftentimes, you see comedians like apologize because it's not that we meant to offend everybody or a whole race. All we wanted to do was kill this guy's spirit, and unfortunately, there was casualties involved with that. It's like, and oftentimes you'll see like Cat Williams one time. He was in Arizona, and some comedian, some guy said something, and he went in on all Mexicans, and so a lot of Mexican people got mad. And he was like, I wasn't trying to offend every Mexican, just that one little dude that was in the audience. I just wanted him, and I'm sorry I got everybody else, but I just had to go get him.
But don't you think, and I don't want to project.
It's like, I didn't want to blow up the Middle East. I just wanted Osama bin Laden. That is all.
But when you, comedians seem to be the ones that tell the truth, that you can tell the truth when you do a stand-up act. If the tragedy, if there's something going on, you can be honest because you can sort of not hide behind that veil of being a comedian.
You used to.
But we do allow you.
You used to.
We give you a lot.
You used to. With media and social media, you are judged immediately, and they make you responsible for the things you say. And here's the thing about comedy is, you throw these things out there, but they're like hypothesis. It's like a blanket statement. You don't know what you're saying. You just kind of say it because that's your initial feeling. And then you tour the country to figure out, how do you tell this one joke in a way that 99% of the audience will laugh? And so you visit different parts of the country, then you visit overseas, and you go, okay, do I have this to where most of the people that get this joke are laughing? And 2% of the people are going to be, there's just those guys that's uber sensitive. So if 98% of the people are laughing, then it's a joke that works. But it takes time to develop that. A lot of times we just kind of say things, and it takes time to kind of prove that theory. But people nowadays, you say a joke, and they put your act on YouTube. And you're like, no, if I wanted to present it to the world, I would do an HBO special. Don't present what I do to the world. Put your cameras down. Yeah. I'm just talking right now. I don't know what I'm going to say. And most of it is like a brain fart. A lot of people get in trouble for Twitter. How are you going to judge me on 140 characters? I'm not going to change the world with 140 characters.
He's Marlon Wayans. You can see him with his brother Sean at Caroline's on Broadway, New York City tonight through Sunday, January 18th. Why did
you come see me? Don't come see Sean. Sean don't show up to interviews, then don't go see Sean. You come see me.
When did your brother realize who Jim Carrey was, what he was all about? Because you were pretty young back then.
We all knew that Jim was funny. Like, Jim was like TV. Watching him, me and my brother Sean, I was like 14 or I was like 15 years old. We used to watch Jim Carrey like TV. Like, yo, Jim, do this character. And he would do this character. Damon actually was the one that told Keenan, yo, you should get Jim. He's a funny guy. Because Damon worked with Jim on Earth Girls Are Easy. And he was just like, him and Jim became friends. And he was like, yo, this guy Jim is really funny. And once Keenan saw Jim, he immediately knew what Jim was. Keenan has like foresight and vision. He's like, if you look at how many people blossomed into stars from a show that only lasted literally 4 years.
Yeah.
And let me call it was a 4 to 5 year stint. It was 4 years, and then that last year, I don't know what the hell happened. I'm just like, who put Biz Markie? When did Biz Markie become a comedian? Like, this is just a tragedy. But Keenan, if you think about that show, Jim Carrey, my brother Damon, Jamie Foxx, me and my brother Sean, David Allen Greer, so many talented, the dancers, Carrie Ann Naka, and you got J-Lo, who's, it's like all these people came, some of the writers went on to be some of the greatest writers in Hollywood. Like, Keenan, it was, Keenan's work and how he, kind of shepherds you. Keenan, I call him like Bloda. He's like Black Yoda. he taught me, like, literally teaches you the force of comedy.
David Allen Greer came in. He said, your brother filmed in living color. He said there would be brothers coming off the street to the set while they were shooting, trying to see if they could get somebody to pass a note to J-Lo. There's no security there.
No, J-Lo wasn't the fly one. J-Lo was like the ugly one in the Fly Girl group. She blossomed later. Like, nobody understood what J-Lo was. I did. Because I just have a thing for huge butts. When I seen that butt, I was like, that's talent. Like, Puffy is Columbus. I'm Magellan because I knew the world was round, but nobody would listen to me. I was like, that. My brother was like, that's too big. I was like, you crazy? There is no such thing as too big when it comes to a butt. Are you crazy? That's like a world. That's a planet. It needs its own sun and moon. And so.
Well, then you must love Kim Kardashian.
I'm talking about Kim Kardashian before it got shaped. Before the doctors touched it. I knew what it was. I would have told Kanye. I think Kanye saw me looking at it and was like, I see what you're looking at. That's all me. That's all me. So the thing is with J-Lo, she was pretty, but Lisa was the one. Lisa was like she was the fly girl, and her butt was just beautiful with the legs, and she had these light eyes. And this is like in the 90s when light eyes was fly. Like, you don't have to have a job. If you had light eyes, you was gonna be all right in life. Like, Drake changed light skin forever because now he's like light skin and talented. You didn't have to be anything but light skin back in the day, and that was your talent.
Have fun with your brother and be nice to your brother, Sean.
To hell with Sean.
Caroline's.
I like Damon better.
And Broadway, New York City tonight through Sunday, January 18th. He's Marlon Wayans. Great to see you. We appreciate you coming
good times.
by.
I'm a big fan, man.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Thank you, man.